Hey friends, welcome back to OJ Universe. Thank you so much for stopping by. On the turntable, we're taking a look at the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Superman DC Classic figure. Now, this figure is very interesting. It's got some really cool aspects, a little things that are holding it back. But overall, it's a very interesting Superman. And what you get with this Superman here is some extra sets of hands. These hands are sculpted in this very nice casted plastic. Very realistic skin tone. It looks just awesome. You also get, let's take a look at what we got on the inside here. Yes, you get a flight stand. That's awesome. I'm loving these flight stands. They look great. Pose your action figures. And, they're fantastic. If you're a flight-enabled character, definitely have a flight stand. You also get the artwork on the back of the package in trading card form. And the artwork here, it's definitely kind of a classic reinterpretation with more modern artwork. It's pretty nice, but it's really not the figure you're kind of getting inside, so to speak. I wish it would stick to a more classic look for this Superman, but this one is still some nice artwork for sure. I like it, but it's not what you're getting in the package, so to speak. Now, we do have the DC Page Puncher Superman, which this figure is based off of. We're going to take a look at this figure a little later on. He'll make another appearance. But for now, let's just focus on this new Superman. And this Superman, I do like it. It does have some great aspects. I really like this new color scheme. The color scheme is just awesome. This light blue paired up with this really vibrant red, the yellow, man, it just looks awesome. And again, cast in this realistic skin tone. The plastic looks fantastic. I really enjoy it. The S-curl is spot on. The smiley face. Now, the smiling face might be a point of contention with some collectors. It's not very often we get a smiling face Superman. This guy's got his teeth out. He's really happy, That's pretty cool. But I think would have made this figure so much better, and I think a real value, and I think would have drawn a lot more people to this figure, is having an additional head sculpt. Having a more stern head sculpt, I think would have helped this figure tremendously. Would have gave you different looks, different stylization options, and I think would have been so beneficial to this figure. Now, the cape, I really like these sculpted, stylized capes. I know it's not everyone's favorite, but for me, I like it. I think it's cool. It's something different. We're not getting the standard, just a cape here and there. But what I am excited for is that wired cloth cape that we're going to be getting very soon. Here in Canada, August, I believe 9th or 8th is the release date for the Crisis on Infinite Earths wave. Oh, we're getting that Superman finally. I was so kind of apprehensive that we weren't going to get it, but it's coming out. It's been pre-ordered. Can't wait for that figure. And this figure itself, it's really nice. Now, the body buck itself does have some really nice musculature, some sculpting. Really like these boots as well. I know people don't like these kind of liberties they take certain times. This is based on this entire figure, which is based on the original Page Puncher. It's based on Lee Bergemo's artwork, which he had his Superman have this kind of S logo on the belt, the stylization on the boots, and on the wrist as well, those little guards. So on that aspect, is this a classic Superman? Not to that respect of a classic Superman with the, the belt loops, all that kind of stuff. Doesn't have that, just has a nice kind of circle. But I really do like this version of Superman. The sculpted logo is phenomenal. It's raised, it's textured, it looks absolutely awesome. I hate it when you see action figures, so especially Superman with a painted, stamped on logo with no texture, no raised material. Definitely got to go this way, and I appreciate Mcfarlane Toys for doing that. Overall, this figure, it does sport some great aspects, like I said. Now let's talk about something, articulation. So the articulation on this figure, how is it? I'm gonna look up, not too bad. Side attitude, yeah, he's got that going for him. Can't look down too much. I think if he had a longer neck peg, he would get a better range of motion for sure. The arms themselves, he does have the spacer joint for the butterfly hinge. He has a bicep cut, double joint ratcheted elbows, huge hands, unfortunately, again, but we'll talk about that in a sec. He does have the ball joint there. Now for torso articulation, he can look back pretty good. He's got a good bend there. Forward, not too much, but he does have the ball joint at the waist, ball joint at the hips, double joint ratcheted knees, full toe articulation, ball joint rocker, pivot, everything you could want. Nicely sculpted ankle sockets here. And what's great, it all blends in perfectly. It's no color variation from the socket to the boot. Everything matches, everything looks phenomenal. I think this figure standing on your shelf would look really well and fit in with your Superman collection. I think it's just stylized really well. It's impressive. I do want to do some modifications. I want to swap out the head. I want to try a longer neck peg as well, just see how that works. But overall, this is a great looking figure. Now let's bring in the original Page Puncher Superman, which this figure is based off of. Now, one of the big things about this figure and this one is that skin tone. Unfortunately, this Superman has such a pale skin tone, and this is the Superboy Prime head that I swapped on, but man, even then, it was really pale. The fists are pale, they're humongous, but I do like this Superman. This is a great looking Superman. You know, he has that side eye, which unfortunately kind of plagues this figure. I so wish he didn't have the side eye, but man, the head sculpt is really impressive. Hopefully we see this Superman head used down the road. I think we're going to try some experimentation. We're going to do some toy surgery. Stay tuned for a short or maybe a full-length video, depending on how it goes. But we're going to do some head swaps. We'll see if we can make this Superman maybe my new classic definitive Superman. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I like the way these two look. The different colors. It's almost like an evil version compared to this bright, happy Superman in these really bright colors. Very interesting to see these two paired together. We'll bring in a couple other Superman figures for the heck of it. We got this one here. This is based off the Action Comics 1000 Superman. This is from the Atomic Skull 2-pack from Amazon. I really do like this Superman a lot. Body proportions, yeah, the legs should have been a bit thicker. These legs are just awesome. I think this body puck is so damn good. The chest is a bit more narrow. Same with this guy. It could be a bit broader, but it just works so well, and the fluidity of the articulation just works fantastically. This one, you know, it's for its G1 appearance. I bet if you did some mixing and matching, you could probably make a pretty cool looking Superman, a classic Superman on a bit better body buck. Maybe a little bit of repainting and stuff like that, but you definitely have foundations for some really cool Supermans if you want to Frankenstein some parts and build them yourself. You also have this guy here. So this one is definitely in a brighter blue, just like this guy. A little bit brighter on this one still. This one has a more of a matte finish and it's a bit of a darker tone, but still probably lighter than the Action Comics, the Infected Hush Superman. And this is just like huge difference between the two. This is like Superboy compared to Superman Prime. Like this is the biggest swollen Superman. They do look a little odd together on the shelf, but if you're looking at them just by itself, I do like this Superman a lot. I don't know why. It's just a chunky action figure that looks really cool. Love that head sculpt as well. It's absolutely phenomenal. And we'll bring in another hero to kind of go with these guys. And that's this one here. It's Shazam from Fury of the Gods with that custom head sculpt from Superman John Kent. These two guys style up pretty nice together as well. You can kind of see them going into battle, classics, kind of color schemes. This one, well, it's a lot more embellished from the movie, of course, but it still looks really good and kind of has a classic feel to it as well. So there you go, guys. So we're taking a look at this Superman. I think it's one of the most interesting and really fun Superman. I know we don't get a lot of these kind of more happy looking Superman. Everybody wants a, you know, more aggressive looking Superman, which is cool. If they would have included that extra head sculpt, I think this would have been one of the coolest Supermans that we've gotten in a long time. But alas, it didn't. So you gotta kind of work on your own and make your own head sculpt and see what comes out, right? We're gonna do some toy surgery and we're gonna do some shorts, maybe a full-length video as well on the different variations and different Superman heads that would work on this body build. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this Superman. And we got a full DC Multiverse playlist with lots of videos to check out. And thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.